What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. And if you are on the podcast platforms, please do hit that subscribe button. And if you are on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. It's free, unlike DirecTV. And go ahead and hit that like button while you're at it. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. And let's get into this conversation/reality chat. I watched the most recent episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac. And if you've been watching this show over the past several seasons, Candace and Ashley, they have gotten into some pretty heated arguments and blow-ups. There was a time when they were all at Candace's home, and Candace didn't like some of the things that Ashley was saying, and Candace was right to feel disrespected because Ashley was being disrespectful, and she was in her home. So she told her to get out. She, kicked her out. She did have a wife, not a wife. She is a wife. She did have a knife in her hand, and I don't believe that she was waving it at her, but look, sometimes you just got to be very careful when you're getting heated and you have certain objects in your hand and it's all around the same time. You got to be careful with that type of stuff, right? But, they've had some pretty heated blow-ups and arguments. And yeah, Candace has definitely said some things about Ashley and her marriage to Michael. She's called Michael her handler, I believe. She's also made it seem as if, like she is Michael's slave in some way. And, those things can be seen as disrespectful. But I believe, honestly, a lot of people low-key would agree with Candace with some of the things that she was saying when it comes to the marriage, because Michael has over and over again embarrassed Ashley, but Ashley was there for the embarrassment also. I'm not saying that it was okay for Candace to make statements about her marriage in a very disrespectful way, but it's also good TV, and as long as they're not coming to blows, then it makes for good TV. But Ashley was there for it because she was sticking her time in to get those children, to make things work out with regards to child support and all those other things that she would get, because she was not in that marriage for the long haul. And we all know that. We all know that. Okay? So now that Ashley has made the decision to go ahead and pull the plug and move forward, now that she's got her 2 children with Michael and she's preparing to, to come up even higher than she was when she was in the marriage with Michael, now she wants to make Candace's marriage the target. So everyone who watched the show was in an uproar when last weekend, when Candace's husband was a target again by Ashley's friend Deborah, who a lot of people were making fun of her looks, saying she looked like a witch, saying she looked like a Sesame Street character, a Muppet Baby, a witch. I mean, a lot of people were making a lot of comments. There have even been some people who made drawings about what she looks like, and honestly, they weren't too exaggerated. It's just that, which is kind of sad. But Candace wasn't here for it. She wasn't entertaining it when they were at Karen's live show, and Candace is approached by Ashley's friend to say, like, well, do you want to talk to me? And she's like, no, I'm good. And then Ashley tried to make it a bigger scene and make it a bigger thing to say, like, don't dismiss my friend. Don't dismiss my friend. And she has a right to dismiss whoever she wants to dismiss. She doesn't have to have a conversation with anyone, especially not on camera, which is what that girl was looking for. She was looking for a moment. So she didn't entertain. And so on this most recent episode on the trip, which it's Ashley's birthday trip, and they were in Mexico, Candace and Ashley have a conversation. And, I was really there for it. I'm going to play this clip, and then I'm going to get back to my commentary.
How are you and Ashley now? I just want to bring it up because it happened at my show, and you brought your friend to talk to Candace.
Oh, is this your friend that you said Chris was grabbing on her? Wasn't the only one he was giving googly eyes to at the bar. Flirting with all your friends. Who was? Girl.
Do you regret bringing the friend to the show?
Okay, let me clarify this.
Okay, please.
The reason that I brought Deborah was because if someone was saying that about Michael, I would want to hear it from that person's mouth. If you wanted to tell me that the cocktail waitress at MGM wanted to tell me about what Michael was doing, I'd be like, yes, where's she at? Ashley, can I say something? I think that a lot of the way that you think about relationships is because the relationship that you are now out of had toxic notes and had trust issues. My hope for you, honestly, is that you receive a relationship where you don't have to feel like, oh, I need to know if a bitch is talking to my man. Like, that's not what it should feel like. Because I don't need to know that, because I know my man.
That part, okay? So you heard what Candace had to say to Ashley, and I 100% agree with her. You know, I do believe that, unfortunately, the majority of women who believe that all men, when they say all men cheat, are women who have dealt with that in their previous or current relationships. And I've said it before, and I'm not here to preach for men. That's not what I'm doing. But I am here to say that that really isn't everyone's struggle. I do believe everyone has issues. There is no perfect relationship. But I also don't believe that everyone's issues is with sex. Because honestly, sex is such a... I'm just being honest, guys. This is the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. If people are really real, sex is such a low vibrational thing. It is not the end all be all. It does cause procreation. It does give some people relaxation and, you know, euphoria and, you know, good feelings, but you don't need sex to live. You know, those who feel that way, they really have issues that they need to work out in therapy, because God forbid something happens in your life and you're not able to perform, like literally, and I'm not talking about popping a blue pill or, you know, one of those things, but people go through real life situations in life where, God forbid, you know, something may happen to a body part and you're just really not able to do that. You don't, you know, that is, but you can still live. You don't have to have sex to live. And that's what I'm saying. So when I say that, what I'm saying is that's not everyone's issue. That's not everyone's struggle. Some people have issues with finances. Some people have issues with gambling. Some people have issues with alcohol or maybe drugs, or, you know, some people are workaholics. Some people, you know, there are a lot of different issues to deal with. But unfortunately, a lot of women, they put it in this, you know, thing as if infidelity is the one thing that you just have to be on, you know, the lookout for, you have to be worried about, and it really isn't. But unfortunately, there have been a lot of people who were not ready to be in relationships or not willing to be honest, because there are some people who don't want to settle down or who don't want to be with just one person, and they know that they're with someone who does not want to be with multiple people, so they will lie to that person so that they can still be with that one person, but also be with other people. So, you know, those are real issues that some people deal with. But what Candace said is absolutely true. She said, that's not what a relationship is supposed to feel like. And because of what Ashley has been through, she's, you know, she's putting her views on life and marriages and relationships with those glasses, those foggy glasses that she's been used to wearing, because she's been on guard in her relationship, and also because of the things that she has allowed when she was in the marriage with Michael, because she has made it known that they would have, you know, multiple people in the bed with them, and they would do other things and whatever. And it wasn't even what she really wanted to do. She did it because that's what he wanted. So she settled. She sold out. Literally, she sold out because she wanted the lifestyle, but it came with some things that she wasn't really wanting. But she sold out for the sake of what she can, you know, what she can live and those moments wouldn't be, every 24 hours of the day that she would have to live that. So she would just deal with it when she had to deal with it. But Michael never wanted to settle down. I don't even believe he really even wanted to be married, because if you saw that scene when they had that restaurant and things were happening that were, not moments of celebration or success, and Ashley and Michael, they were outside arguing because he was threatening to shut the restaurant down. And she was like, you shut the restaurant down and this marriage is over. Like, I do believe that she would use threats for the sake of getting what she wanted. And then she still didn't even get everything that she wanted. So she sold out. So I believe Candace was being genuine and sincere in that moment when she told Ashley that my hope for you is that you will have a relationship where that is not going to be your issue, because that's not everyone's issue. That's not my issue. I don't have to worry about that because I know my man. See, Ashley, she knew her man, and that's why she wants to bring that situation to Candace's doorstep. So to say, well, if that were me, I would want to hear it from that person's mouth. Girl, whatever, because you already knew that your husband was a philanderer and a groper and just out here slinging his schlong for whoever would allow him to. Like, it was ridiculous. So I thought that was a drop the mic moment. I really appreciated Candace being candid in that moment and not, getting buck and, getting out her seat and acting unseemly and calling her the B word and all of that other stuff that she's done before. We know that Candace can go there. But I'm glad she was just calm, to the point, direct, and they got to it. And I appreciated Karen bringing that up and asking those two, could they move forward because of the things that had already transpired. So I thought that was a really great moment. So you guys, let me know how you feel about that. Do you agree with Candace? And do you believe that Ashley was just being messy, or was it also because she was in a relationship where that was her issue? So she's also, trying to bring that to other people's doorstep, and how convenient of it, of her to bring it to, Candace's doorstep. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. Until the next time, this is Beth, and I'm just being beautifully honest.